Are you interested in investing for passive income? Do you want to invest and be getting passive income from time to time? Then you are in the right place, because in this video I'm going to show you 5 Nigerian companies that will pay you passive income just by buying their stocks. These top 5 companies have consistently paid dividends to investors over the years. They are the 5 most consistent dividends paying Nigerian stock over the years. Some of these companies pay dividends as high as 2 times a year. So if you are looking to invest for growth and for passive income, then you want to consider investing in any of these companies. The first one is Dangote Cement. This is one of the top players in the Nigerian stock market. Dangote Cement have consistently paid dividends to investors. In fact, the last time they paid dividends, they paid up to 30 naira per share. That means if you have 100,000 units of Dangote shares, you would have received up to 3 million naira as dividends in passive income. That is literally 100% passive income for you. But Dangote Cement only pay dividends to investors once every year, but they have consistently paid dividends to investors. It is one of the large market cap companies in the Nigerian stock market. It is a very, very stable company. The second one is UBA Bank. UBA Bank, unlike Dangote Cement, pays dividends to investors twice every single year. I have personally benefited from this. I have received dividends from UBA Bank up to 4 different times. Right? The last time they paid dividends was last month, October, and they paid up to 5 naira per share. Earlier this year, they paid dividends of about 10 naira per share. UBA Bank have consistently paid dividends to investors. So if you are thinking of investing for dividend sake and passive income, then you want to look into UBA Bank. Then we have Zenith Bank, another large cap, but this time around is a bank stock. Zenith Bank, just like UBA Bank, pays dividends twice every year, and they have shown to consistently pay dividends. They paid dividends last month, and they also paid 5 naira per share, right? They paid twice every year. The first time they paid, it was much higher, but the other time, it was much lower. Just like UBA, Zenith Bank also pays dividends twice every year. Then we have Fidelity. Fidelity is another bank stock that pays dividends. In fact, they have consistently paid dividends over the years, right? But the last dividend payment they gave was just 2 naira per share. It was not high compared to UBA Bank and Zenith Bank, right? But the Fidelity Bank also pays dividends twice a year. Most bank stocks in Nigeria, like UBA Bank, Zenith Bank, Fidelity, pays dividends twice every single year. Then we also have GTCO. GTCO is another, in fact, it is one of the most high-paying dividend stocks in the banking sector. GTCO paid as high as 8 naira per share the last time they paid dividends, and they also pay twice every single year. Right, so these 5 companies, Dangote Cement, UBA Bank, Zenith Bank, Fidelity Bank, GTCO, have paid investors dividends consistently. So if you are looking to invest for dividend sake, then you want to consider looking into these companies. Other companies that have shown to pay dividends is Presco, Okomu Oil, Boa Cement, Boa Foods, Jais Bank. Jais Bank has paid dividends, although it's little, right? Even Transcorp Hotels. All these companies have also paid dividends in the Nigerian stock market. So if you want to invest for growth and for dividends, you also want to look into this company. But note, I'm not recommending these companies. Nothing I'm saying here is a financial advice. I'm just telling you that if you want to invest for dividends sake, then you also want to look into these companies, because not all companies pay dividends. Dividends are just basically extra incentives you get as an investor. So when you invest in stocks, there are basically 2 ways you can make money. First, by growth of the stock. So let's say you buy a stock and the stock is currently selling for 10 naira, and you buy it with 100,000 naira. Then tomorrow that stock grow from 10 naira to 20 naira. It means that your 100,000 naira will now be times 2. 100,000 naira will now become 200,000 naira. You have made money from the stock. Second way you can make money from stock is by getting dividends in form of passive income. So from time to time, the company share a little part of their profit to investors, just to motivate them and to thank them for investing in this company, right? So this profit that is shared to investors are called dividends, just a tiny little part of their profit. But not all company pay this. And if a company doesn't pay dividends, it doesn't make it a bad company, because some companies reinvest their entire profit for growth of the company. A common example is Tesla. Tesla is a good company in the US, but it doesn't pay dividends, right? So the fact that a company doesn't pay dividends doesn't make it a bad company. But everybody have their goal for investing. Some invest for growth, some invest for dividends sake, some invest for both. So if you are considering investing for dividends, then these companies I just gave you are something you should look into. Then we also have the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is a US ETF that tracks the top 500 largest company in the US. So when you invest in the S&P 500, you are investing in the top 500 largest company in the US at once. The S&P 500 also pays dividends up to 2 times a year. Nvidia is another company in the US that pays dividends up to 2 times a year. Now, Nvidia is a tech company that is responsible for some of the AI you see today, some of the robots you see today, and some of the gaming application and software you see today. Nvidia is related to them one way or the other. So it is like one of the largest tech companies in the US. They also pay dividends. At least I've received dividends from Nvidia twice this year. So if you want to invest for dividend sake, all these companies I just mentioned, go and research into them, and anyone that resonates with you, you can invest in them. These are companies that pay dividends. So if you enjoyed this video and want more videos like this, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping a lot more videos like this. My name is Roka Otone. God bless you for watching.